Martin, welcome to the new WeaselWood project. In today's episode we are going to build a tabletop for an outdoor table. I already have the material here. We're going to use some nice iroko wood. It's a nice wood for outdoor furniture. And we are going to build a tabletop with about 2 meters 30 by 1 meter and 10, or for my American viewers about 90 by 43 inches, with about 25 millimeters or an inch thick, or maybe a bit more. We'll see how much we have to plane. So the look I want to have for this table is similar to a yard deck, to an antique yard deck, with the black gaps between, the black silicone gap between. So we have 4 planks side by side with the black silicone between. I think that will look very cool. So we're going to start to cut it to length or to size and plane it, and let's get started. First I set up my Capex miter saw to cut the planks to a rough length with a few centimeters extra. Because the planks were too long to trim them with the table saw, I used my sawhorses and the guiding rail to make the first trimming cut with the skill saw. For the second trimming cut, I used the table saw with a rip saw blade and the rip fence to bring the planks to a rough width. Planks were ready for the first planing round, so I prepared the machine and removed a few millimeters on the first side to get the plane surface. Now 3 of the 4 planks were straight as even possible, but one was bent over a few millimeters on both ends. I could remove even more material to get the surface straight, but I wanted to keep as much thickness of the planks as possible. So I decided to use this side on the underside and this plank in the middle of the tabletop, so it doesn't matter at all that the material is a bit thinner. But for the planing I needed a guide, otherwise the plank would flip over as I put it through the planer. So I glued 2 wedges on the bent part and merged them later with the rest of the surface to have a nice and smooth locating surface for the second plane around. As you can see, I laid the plank flat on the outfitting table and merged the wedges with the surface. Then I planed all the planks to the same thickness. On the first cuts I feed in about 2 to 3 millimeters, the final cut maximum 1 millimeter, so you get the best result. As the surfaces were finished, I started to square up the edges with the 90 degrees whip fence. Normally I would run the planks vertically through the planer to get to perfect parallel surfaces, but because the planer has a maximum throughput of about 220 mm, I had to cut the second edge on the saw. Well guys, the planks are planed now, looking really good. I like the wood as it is, but one thing that I'm not liking that much is it's a bit too wide in my opinion as it now is. So it's at least it's not the look that I'm after. So we now have a ratio of about 1:2, and I want a more slimmer and longer looking look. So I decided to make all 4 planks slightly slimmer and have then a look that's looking more slim and long, and I think that will look better. So I will cut them and we'll be back soon. Well guys, I cut a few centimeters off each plank, and now it's about the look that I wanted to. We have a ratio of about 1:2.3. That's the look that I wanted to, and yeah, we'll follow along with this. I think I'll finish part 1 for today, and in part 2 we'll assemble the 4 planks together, finish them, sand them, and yeah, it will become a table, I think. So, give it a thumbs up if you like this video, leave me some comments, how do you think about it, and have a nice day.